Any traveling coming up? Both work and not work.
I just got back from Chicago last week for a complicated N-336 interview. I mean, really just terrible that the guy voted, I mean, what are you gonna do?
The Hail
And
Mary
then
kind of
but
last
there's a
minute.
memo, there's a
Yeah.
I can't, the name of the USCIS director escapes me, but it's a 2003 or 2004 memo that does permit USCIS to naturalize an individual who's made a false claim to citizenship, who's even voted
Wow.
based on a totality of the circumstances analysis. But, the individual did not apply to naturalize with counsel.
Yeah.
He even disclosed the unlawful voting, not realizing that it's such a big deal. But
Yeah.
I mean, that individual walks through your door, you're probably like, you know what, maybe you'll be a green card holder forever. Maybe we're
Yes.
not gonna apply to naturalize, but once it's done, right? And so
Yeah.
there, USCIS has that discretion. I believe that we put on as good of a case as we could to really show the whole person.
Yeah.
And now I told the USCIS officer in the interview, I'm like, you've got all the cards, balls in your court. Like, you
I
have
mean,
the
they
path.
sometimes do. Yeah. I mean, it's like sometimes they just don't bother saying to removal. They just keep it open. I've seen N-336 do that before.
Yeah,
But you want the fun.
they got all the cards. It's up to them. But like this individual, I'm not going to provide any identity information. But
Yeah.
this individual, if there's ever an individual, this is the one. It's like they can do it. Why not do it?
Yeah.
This is a great individual in all but one act that, quite frankly, he believed he was allowed to. I mean, we can do a better job of teaching ethics in U.S. schools, and I don't know. It seems intuitive to you and I that LPRs can't vote, but
No.
without
No.
getting into the specifics, there was a lot of people involved in this case who were U.S. citizens who thought this individual could vote. So,
Now, well, quick
you
question:
know,
how was the N-336 interview? Is it the same officer that did the case, or is it a different officer
it
reviewing it?
never. I do N-336 interviews a lot. It actually can't be the same officer. I wish it could, really, because I think it's probably a tough thing for a USCIS officer to overturn his or her colleague, And I honestly never believe that these officers have the authority. To me, it seems like it's just like an officer at the same level as the initial officer, and then it goes to some back room for a decision. That's the feeling I get, but
Yeah.
it can't be the same officer. I wish it was. I wish we could all just come and be like, look, officer, let's do it again. But the way it's set up is an officer has to overturn his or her
Yeah.
colleague. That's a structurally difficult situation.
Well, I have another question. On Saturday morning, I had a consultation where the guy was outside for 8 months, so they denied the case, but they just issued a decision. They didn't give a notice of intent to deny or something like that, give the opportunity to challenge it in writing. I feel like look at the procedural rules, but it's like, should they would have been mandatory to at least send a noid first? Because he
I
had some
don't
circumstances.
I don't think it's mandatory to send a noid, and I feel like the Trump administration, USCIS might have issued a policy thing on it saying that you don't have to issue a noid when it's clear. And quite frankly, 8 months is,
Is
I mean, I'm
yeah,
sure you've got an argument, but that does seem like the kind of thing that's pretty open and shut, more
yeah.
so than they lacked good moral character or something like that. But I don't think they have to send a noid, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, we're gonna N-336 it and give it a shot because if not, he's gonna wait 2 years anyway. So I'm like,
Yeah.
he's not gonna lose the green card. Give it a shot. Talk about the
Yeah.
circumstances. I mean, yeah, some arguments you could say because it's 6 to 12 between. It's more than 6 months, less than 12 months, so it's not the automatic cutoff.
Right.
He just went alone, so he didn't argue all this stuff. He's like, because at first he contacted me, and I'm like, oh, you don't have a chance in hell. Snowball's chance in hell. And then when he's like, no, I want to talk. We need to talk. Then I got to learn the family life situation, and the work, income, taxes. I'm like,
Right.
did you mention any of this stuff? He's like, no.
Right.
I'm like, oh,
Right.
that's why you need a lawyer. He's
Oh,
like,
that's what the N-336 is for.
yeah,
But I mean, no, that's why you need a lawyer. But yes, that's what the N-336
exactly.
is for. But I mean, this was serious, serious stuff. Not only is this, a barred naturalization, unlawful voting, but it's a ground of removability,
Yeah,
which is, I
it's
mean, there's
super
not, it's
serious.
like pretty much open and shut, and it's criminal. And so we're in there, under oath, multiple officers. I'm just watching this guy go to the slaughter, but all the damage had already been done at the
Yeah,
N-400 stage. It's not like there was anything new. This is your worst
what a
nightmare.
bad
It's an
feeling.
N-400 and it just comes up, right? But this was already the N-336, and that's what you got. It's like, look, here's all the cards. It's all here. It's all been honest the whole time. Be a
What a
nice
horrible
agency.
feeling.
This is not. This is not like voter fraud trying to screw the system. This is an individual trying to be a good citizen, you know? Like that's the horrible part of it. Like the individual thought that he was doing the right thing, trying to being a good member of society. It's really a stupid gotcha,
Yeah.
in my respected opinion.